Well, hello and welcome to Little State Big Voices with myself, Shahida, and my fabulous Patriots fan, Tracy.
Hey y'all, go Pats. Game starting in about approximately 5 minutes.
Who are they playing?
They're playing I believe they're playing the Bills. No, are they playing the Buffalo Bills?
They played the Bills already. I
They're
thought
playing New York.
they're playing yeah. Which one? Giants?
No, now see, then call me out. I'm a
Sorry.
Patriots fan. I'm go Patriots. Who are they playing
It
tonight?
don't
Now I'm
matter who they
confused.
play.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
But I thought they played the Bills a couple of weeks ago. I thought they
Alexa,
did.
let me find out. Alexa, who are the Patriots playing tonight?
The Patriots and the Bills will face
Yeah, the Bills.
a football game tonight at 8:20 p.m.
I could be
The
wrong.
game will be on NBC.
Saying they're playing the Buffalo Bills tonight.
That's Chris's team, so I be trying to, and I thought we lost, so I wasn't gonna bring it up because then I'm on the losing side. He's on the Bill side, so I wasn't gonna say anything. But
Listen, hey,
hopefully they redeem themselves.
rep your set. We repping our set, okay? And I got the vintage Brady jersey on.
Yeah, never
I
been
don't even
there.
know who our quarterback is. I'm being honest. So I don't know how much of a fan I am. I don't really know who our QB is.
Well, because it's in the rebuilding stage.
Yeah.
All these people are new, they're young, and it's in the rebuilding stage. And I hate that people expect, especially Patriot fans, because I always say the worst fans are Boston fans. They suck.
We're sore losers. We're sore
They can,
losers.
yeah, and they can make you actually hate your home team.
Well, and the thing about it too is you taught me that Stephon Diggs was on our team. I think it was you that told me. So
Yeah.
I really don't know what's going on with the Patriots, but regardless, I'm pulling up in the gear. I'm rooting for the Pats. Go Pats.
You
I
can
don't
sit
think
next to your husband. You have to.
I don't think we're gonna make it to the Super Bowl this year. I don't think that's gonna
Mm-mm.
happen, but I do know who is gonna be at the Super Bowl this year. Bad Bunny, Super Bowl 60, the 8th.
What happened? Your face just disappeared.
So that is our Riverside app trying to get me to turn on reactions because I'm using hand gestures. And I'm not doing that because I don't want a whole bunch of balloons and
I have not seen that on my. Maybe it's
it,
for the Mac. Because
it's
you're
the
are you
new
on your phone?
I'm on my phone. It's the new
Okay.
iOS update. But what I was saying was Bad Bunny will be at Super Bowl 60 for sure. I don't know who else is going to be there, but I know Benito will be there.
I just have two things to say.
Yes.
I don't understand Spanish, so I hope he does sing some English songs.
Girl, don't
Wait,
be
I ain't
that
finished.
guy.
I ain't finished. I'm not finished. I don't think he is a strong enough person to hold the Super Bowl. I don't know why they went with. I'm lying. Fuck that. I am so happy.
You had me ready to log off, drive to your house, and talk some sense into you. Because I'm like, what
You,
is she playing? You playing games. You
your
saying what the
Latina
people. I
side was looking at me like,
was like, what?
no.
You were starting to sound like the people, but so you were using the intrusive thoughts of the others as an example of sarcasm. I love it for you. Thank you. I
Mm,
appreciate that.
I am no, I don't understand Spanish, not to that degree, but I actually downloaded his CD, so I want to familiarize myself with
It's time to
some of
start
the songs.
practicing. We got 4 months. You got 4 months to learn the catalog. And
I'm
if
not
you
gonna learn it, but I'm gonna. It's the beat. I'm there
best
for the beat.
hits, best hits.
The beat.
Ask Alexa, Bad Bunny, best hits. He did songs with Drake. He did songs with I don't like him, but he did songs with Chris Brown. He's done songs with Rihanna, Cardi B. I hope he brings Cardi B out.
Thank it. That's my girl. So yeah, I am hoping.
Gotta bring Cardi B out.
What's your favorite song of his? So I can look out for that one.
Mia. It's called Mia, which should be easy for you to remember. But it's like basically, it's actually a song he did with Drake about a girl. The girl is his girl. And I think J Balvin is on that record too. But he definitely has a catalog. And the
That
fact that this man single handedly, he has the Beyonce effect. He went to Puerto Rico and did a residency that brought in so much revenue to his his part of America, because it's
His
Puerto
island,
Rico, it's the
yeah.
United States, to his island. And girl, everybody from John Hamm was up in that concert. Okay, the actor John Hamm, because Bad Bunny actually hosted SNL last night with Doja Cat.
Uh-huh.
He needs to bring Doja Cat. Amazing. That girl is a
You know
consummate
what? I'm sorry.
entertainer.
Yes, he does need to bring her. You know, I was getting her confused with the one who was on the KKK sites, and I had to delete her songs.
Who?
The one that sang the Las Vegas song, you know. I'm gonna look her up. Keep talking.
I don't know who that is, and I hope it's not Doja Cat because
It's
I
not. It's not. It absolutely is
love
not her.
Doja
Me
Cat.
too.
And now I'm on a tangent because her performance last night, usually when I watch Saturday Night Live, I really ignore the musical guests because usually it's trash. I'm
They
just
really
keeping it
are.
above. Like I don't normally love the musical guests, even though they have some really amazing groups. That's usually when I take a break, go get a snack, do something. Doja Cat had me wrapped up. When I tell you costume, wigs, performances, and Bad Bunny hosted, God bless him. His English is no good, but he tried. He tried. And he's actually hosted in the past. So he did a really good job. And I'm excited for him to be at Super Bowl performing. And it's going to be fuego. It's going to be good.
It was her. It was her.
So, yeah, Doja,
It was her. She was all on. I don't know who she was dating too, but she was on a lot of white supremacist sites and
saying crazy stuff.
no supporting their reaction. I can't believe that. Yeah, it was her.
So, low key, when you went to look it up, I'm like, it probably was her because she's crazy. She's insane.
Yeah, I that song Vegas. It was my song. I had to take it off my playlist because
Oh, Doja, come on, girl.
so I
Was
was
she
thinking of the one when I was like, oh no, it's not her. I was thinking of what's her name, Dochi.
oh, Doechii? I love Doechii.
I like her. So I was like, oh no, was I getting the two? And I did get the two confused. But anyway,
Doja Cat. Anyway,
I will say this to all the MAGA people who are like, we want an American, and why can't we have an American perform? And what, he doesn't even speak English. He is more American than your first lady. He's more American than your Donald Trump. You know, because Donald Trump's parents are not from here. His parents are from Puerto Rico. Bam. People do not understand that Puerto Rico is a territory of the United States.
they don't. They
That
don't.
Puerto Ricans can come and go as they please here.
So, you know what I like about Bad Bunny, and people can look him up? He really embraces the cross intersectionality of culture in Puerto Rico. He will bring out a black artist. He will amplify black Puerto Rican voices and things like that. And if you even just look closely at his grade of hair, somebody up in there is African in his
Mm,
family tree, and he acknowledges that. And I love that he's like very much for the culture in understanding that. And I think that it's going to be fabulous. I don't know if it's going to be as late as Kendrick, because Kendrick, I have not had an experience like that before. It was
And I'm still amazed by it.
otherworldly. It was really really good. But
Hmm.
I like I said, I don't know what two teams are gonna meet each other at the Super Bowl, but I think it's February 8th, 2026. We can count on Benito. And I'm excited for that. I'm excited. And you know what?
Had Shakira and J Lo at one point.
Yeah,
I mean, and they, both of them are very English crossover. So
they're
he has
very
no
talented
English songs.
women in their own way. Shakira is, she got the hips don't lie, and she
Hmm.
actually, I like that she does, like she did a anthem for the World Cup when it was in Africa, and she really leaned into those African sounds and things like that. Jennifer Lopez, I'm not going to take her career accomplishments away from her. I think that she kind of skated by on a lot of things. Like she's not really as talented as some other artists, but
Hmm.
she made it work for her. She Kardashianed it, and God bless her. She made it work for her. I would love for him to bring out Mark Anthony.
That'd
That
be
would be amazing.
heard from him in a while.
Or like Tego Calderon, some really great like Latin artists. It's funny because Gloria Estefan the Sherry Shepherd show. Sherry was like, "Oh, do you think Bad Bunny will invite you to be on there?" And Gloria was like, "I think he should ask somebody else." I was like, "Oh, is that shade, or are you just saying
How
like
old is Gloria?
Gloria's probably in her 60s, 70s, but I don't think that honestly, I think if Celia Cruz was alive, she could freaking come out there and mash it up. So I don't
Mhm.
think it's
Gloria could
age.
too.
Yeah, I don't know why she kind of was like, not me. She suggested Carol G, and Carol G is a really good artist too. So
Mhm. See, I
yeah.
don't know any of those except for
Carol with
Gloria.
a K, Carol G. So you got to get your playlist together, girl. Every day,
Mhm,
just a little Bat Bunny every single day, and
mhm.
you may, you may even catch a little word here. They're like, "Ooh, amor, I know what that means."
I know I can catch a little bit of something. I mean, it's not like I'm like totally ignorant of Spanish. I can read it 10 times better than I can spell it. And I think that goes to one, I had to have Latin in school for like
Yeah,
4
roots for
years.
the root words.
So and then of course I had Spanish, of course. The only thing is I've always shied away from speaking it because there is a lilt to it that I just cannot get my tongue to do. It's, certain languages. No, I'm not even gonna try. I'm not gonna put myself out there like that.
So, I mean, the dirty little secret in the Latinx community is sometimes we don't even understand each other and we
I
speak the
heard.
same language.
I heard.
So, there are times when I literally do not know what other Spanish people are saying. I'm like,
Hmm.
what? I
Hmm.
need the closed caption. I need, like, what did you just say to me? Because you're talking in cursive or you're talking in your dialect, your sometimes I don't understand what other Spanish
Hmm.
people are
Hmm.
saying. So I get excited sometimes when I'm listening to a song and I'm like, oh, I followed the whole song from start to finish. I actually understand because there's slang in play. There's people from Spain, for example, they have that the th that's the hallmark of the actual Spanish language. And you got to keep in mind is
So they
this
use the
they use the
in their language.
th. Yes,
Okay, got you. Okay.
so like they have a lisp almost
Hmm.
when they speak Spanish from Spain, from Europe. There's a th that they use in certain words that's like a lisp. And then you go to like South America, they have different dialects because Italians moved there and influenced the way that's spoken, or Puerto Rico, they're influenced by the Caribbean and the Taino Indians that live there, and there's just a lot of things that influence how certain countries speak their Spanish. When I speak to other people who are from Central America in Spanish, they're like, oh, that's a Honduran accent. Like they can identify, even a Mexican sounds different than a Honduran accent. So yeah, but I think at the end of the day, he's a great performer. He is beautiful to behold.
Hmm.
So I mean, if anything, just watch him do his thing because he's hot. I mean, come on.
I've seen them a little. Like I said, I haven't. And too, and I tell people this all the time. I am not a big music person. I'm not the person that always has music on, or I don't pay that much attention. So I don't have like a great playlist. My playlist is 70s and 80s and some early 90s. Seriously, it's stagnant. But yeah, but I am excited only because a certain demographic is so pissed about it.
Yeah, I love that. And what's funny is that, well, I don't even know how funny this is. This is stupidly ironic. People are like, oh, they're going to deploy extra ICE agents for what? To catch all the Puerto Ricans and send them back to America?
And it really is. It just shows how sick we are as people. People are leading with that now. I saw a video of this Black woman who crashed out on this guy who overcharged her at a car wash, and I was with her 100%. Supposedly, she got a coupon for free for a car wash.
Hmm.
And then they were vacuuming out, and the bill came out to $54. She said, how do I get a coupon for a free car wash and it still came out to 54? And she went ballistic. What?
I worked for a dealership. A car wash and a detailing are two different things.
No, she didn't have it detailed. She just got like she said, a simple.
You said vacuum.
That's
Vacuum is not
detailed.
vacuum is not car wash. Car
Right.
wash is exterior. Vacuum is interior. That
Right.
is not a car wash.
Well, he gave her back her money, but I thought that I thought detail was like a complete like clean out of the entire car, where not just like because like when I go take my car to the dealership to get an oil change, they vacuum it out. It's
That's
not
a
a big
very
thing.
nice dealership because they don't vacuum jack and that's just
Really?
that's a level of detailing where I used to work. Of course, they did all of that because it was luxury and it was high end. But that's a level of detailing. A free car wash, it probably in fine print said this is the most basic car wash and you run your car through. So I don't know
But
if
she
the
was fine with the car wash. It was them coming back with, okay, you gave me a coupon and then I used the coupon, but I still ended up paying $54.
some
But
she's leaving something out. But
I don't
continue.
think so because he gave her back her money. But the thing that like I said, I was with her all the way up there. I understood her argument. Maybe I was wrong too because I've never worked at a car dealership. But then she said, let me get ICE out here and lock up all of you. And then she totally lost me because that was a level too low for me. Because in this day and age, you can argue that shouldn't be
Your
your playing
default.
card for
Yeah.
anything.
You shouldn't be
That should
calling
never
ICE
come out the deck.
on
No,
anybody. You
no,
shouldn't be calling ICE on anybody. I don't care who you are or who that other person is or what they did. Mind your business, okay? Because
yeah,
if people called us on everything that we did, that time you went into to Whole Foods and you ate 5 grapes before you bought them, are we calling the cops on you for that? You know what I'm saying? The
that
time
ugly.
you forgot the paper towel underneath your cart and you went to your car and forgot you didn't get charged for it and you're like, "Oh, well, there's a lot of things that people do every day that we could be calling on them for. But if someone's
Yeah,
doing an honest day's work and
I don't care. I
did
don't
this
care
man
what.
own the car wash? Like why are
I
you
don't know.
calling
And I think they were either African or Caribbean, right? He was because he was a dark. Like you said, that should not be your playing card. It should not be in the deck, especially another dark skinned person talking to a darker skinned person. Absolutely not.
I
We
promise
let
you
us not develop ourselves into who they are.
the way this is how I'm thinking it happened. She got the thing for the free car wash, and fine print it said, "This is for a car wash," and that's it. And she
Mhm.
got up in there, and they said, "Oh, do you want us to also
Vacuum.
vacuum?" And she probably was like, "Yeah, go ahead." But those are add-ons.
Mhm. And you need to be clear. You need to be clear when you ask somebody else that oh, this is how much it is, because she probably thought it was part of the package. I probably would have too. Like I said, whenever I take my car to get serviced, it gets a car wash and it gets a light vacuum out in the inside.
Detailing is very expensive. Like the
It's not a
minimum,
detail. That is not a
yeah,
detail. It's just
minimum
a
detail is like
vacuum.
$75 usually,
Yeah,
$50, yeah.
because you know why? Because a detail is just specific, and I can't do it like they do when they do a
Because they're
serious
gonna do
detail.
your wheels, they're gonna vacuum. When I tell you, and I'm gonna call them out.
The little spots that you
Yeah,
don't see and get.
where I take my car, they don't do shit. Okay, they don't vacuum. They're so freaking lazy over there for how much they charge. And I always take my car to the dealership because I want my car to
Hmm.
get the parts that are the authentic
Yeah, me too.
manufacturer parts and stuff like that. I need to find a new new place to take my car, but I'm like it's slim pickings for my brand of car, like what dealerships to go to, because
Hmm.
the I went to the competition and that service guy was so freaking weird. He was clearly right wing. Like I shouldn't know that about you just from taking my car in to get service. I should not get that energy. And to further confirm, he was like saying weird stuff about Hillary. And I was just like, you know what? Going back to the other place.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
But you know what? I'm glad when they let me know, because I
yeah,
know that I'm never ever gonna, put money in your pocket. But
yeah.
yeah, that's like so low. It's so low class. They are so
There's
low.
no such thing as a free lunch though. We should all know that after a certain age. But definitely to go low and say you're going to call immigration on somebody is
Nah.
really out of pocket. Somebody once said that because to me because they got into an argument with someone and they were like literally threatening to call immigration on somebody, and I'm like, just because you disagreed with someone, even if you got into like the worst fight, that is so like low.
And I'm not saying people don't think, you know, sometimes ugh,
Like,
you be like,
gosh, yeah.
ugh, I want to. But you know what? You have to let your better voice prevail. You know, I mean,
Especially
we don't do that.
as a
Yeah.
black woman, you're out here trying to drag other people to hell. No, that's
And
messed up.
you obviously are in your community. How does that affect your community? It's, to me, that's like absolute gutter. And I've heard a couple of people say that. Of course, I've seen like videos time and time again, and I expect, you know, certain people to say it because that's what they voted for this guy to be able to say. So you do expect that, but I do not expect black and brown people to use that on each other. Absolutely not.
Well, I don't care what you look like. If you don't like the
I don't
halftime
care either,
game,
but I'm holding us to a higher standard
we
because we
should.
already know who they are. We should be better.
But there's been an outpouring of support from Black people of all ethnicities for Bad Bunny on this Super Bowl. So
Yeah, of course.
I'm excited about that. But I'm just like, that is just it's that's such a disgusting thing to put on social media.
Hmm.
Keep it in your brain. Even if that's what you were thinking, like, man, I should don't say that out loud. Keep
Yeah,
that shit to yourself.
you get some of the shit that pops in my head sometimes
Yeah.
when I'm mad but I would never let it escape my mouth.
So, okay, so an example, right? I was on social media and I saw, and this happened in Rhode Island recently, a teacher bit a student. Did you see that?
You know, I think a woman, like a
Yes.
teacher aide or something.
And no, she's actually supposed to be like some kind of counselor or something like that. I
Okay,
forget what her role
I
was.
do remember.
But like her role is not only to not be biting people, but to help people through like conflict resolution or whatever her role was
She was
at the
Hispanic.
school.
I don't
No,
remember.
I believe she was Caucasian, possibly Jewish, maybe. She bit the child and of course, you know, they pulled her to the side for that and I believe she got arrested.
She did because she had a
So
mug.
so exhibit A, have I wanted to bite a child? Of course. Would I bite a child? No. Would I do that?
If I ever want to bite a child, I probably want to punch a child. Punch a child for sure.
I'm saying, yeah, sometimes you have those thoughts, especially in the heat of a moment. You're like, oh, I really wish I could just like push
Hmm.
it. Yeah, you don't want to go on social media doing that. That's bad.
And yeah, she was all over the place, this woman. And when she was cussing them out, it sounded so good. She really knows how to cuss somebody out. I was like, let me take some notes because
I promise you, before they started vacuuming out her car, they said something and she either misunderstood or
I don't
something.
know. I don't know. I don't know. I
Because
feel like
it's
sometimes
add-ons.
people
It's
are
add-ons
not
when you're in
clear, but people are not always as clear as you say or think they are.
I
Sometimes
don't
they are
expect
not. A
nothing
lot
for
of times
free.
I run into people who are especially very not clear with, especially when it comes to services. And then I have to track back or whatever. Like yeah, let me lie. I don't even want to go into this thing.
But that's just like sales 101. They're going to drag you in for some free and then they're going to try to upsell you. That's just like basic sales.
Hmm. And usually, I don't know. I don't know. I know she cussed them out good. I like the way she cussed them out until she got to the end, and I was like, oh,
Come on, sis. Don't do that.
yeah, she was what? Yeah, she gives a master lesson on cussing somebody out.
Speaking of master lessons
Hmm.
and cussing people out,
Where you going?
Cardi B
Uh-huh.
versus Nicki on X.
Okay, I'm just gonna be honest, straight up. You know, I don't like Nikki. And
And
I never loved her. I used to like her a lot because when she first came out, when she was on that track of Monsters with Jay-Z and who was it? Jay-Z and Kanye? Killed it. I thought I used I used to play that up until a couple of years ago. That's how much I love that song. And she just did a lot of good things. But as she has gotten older, she has just gotten nasty. And I don't know what I do have a hint of some of the stuff that she's going through from Cardi's response, but I'm totally team Cardi. But I'll let you go. You cook. You cook.
It makes me sad. Like, is it entertaining to read the exchange? It is. Like, if it wasn't really like two black women that I wish were not fighting like this, if like let's say I'm just gonna say it, if this was like two white women going at it, I'd be like, this is hilarious. But the fact that it's these particular two black women, it really makes me sad because, and I mentioned this, they both have Trinidadian heritage. Like, you literally, there should be a sisterhood there. Y'all should be getting together, making music together, bringing Trinidadian artists and soca artists together, making amazing music, raising your kids together who are the same age group. Like, y'all should be like this. Like, y'all should actually be tight. You're both female rappers, very, very talented girls. And to see them going at each other's throats and then talking about each other's children, and just it's messy. And this has been going on for so freaking long with these two girls. Ages. I mean ages, probably over a decade now.
It has been. It's been about 10 years. I'm going to say I don't think the two are equal at all. When Cardi came out, she was Nicki is fabulous. Nicki is this. She wanted to do a track with her. Nicki shut her down so hard. And to the point where Cardi's feelings that for those first couple of years were really hurt by it. She said it. I was hurt by her response to me because here we are. Yeah, she's the star. I'm up and coming. I want to be her.
She should be
And
mentoring. Yeah.
that's what Cardi was feeling. And she gave her all the respect. Gave her all the respect. Nicki wants to be in the lane alone. She doesn't want competition from everybody. And then for years, I just thought that she was just a mean, spiteful, nasty woman. And she is. And she has, leveled a lot of it towards Cardi. And to me, Cardi has really risen above it, tried to ignore her, but she comes for her all the time. And people were like, oh, they both. No, it's no effing both. It's one person who's starting this shit all the time. And I don't understand why people don't come for Cardi. But then when come for Nicki, but when Cardi came out and then she did that apology and said, you know what? I'm going to step away from this because I'm getting one, too messy. Two children are getting in here and I want to apologize for my part in that. And then when she laid out that Nicki was molested by her stepfather and her mother let it happen and just kind of put out her business there. But it's a good thing that she did because once she did that, then that's when I had the empathy. Then that's when I said, you know what? I'm gonna do like Cardi and step the hell back and ignore her because I was wondering what was fueling this woman because you could clearly see when her rants are coming, she gotta be drinking.
Well, Nikki has a lot of strikes against her that are public strikes. So, and I hate that, it came to the point where Cardi had to expose that molestation because people get molested all the time and they don't act like dickheads. So, the thing with
No,
Nikki
yeah,
is that, that could possibly be true. Her husband is a convicted sex
pedophile,
offender. Okay, pedophile sex offender.
pedophile.
And her brother too, if I'm not mistaken. Her son is nonverbal, which I have been shouting for years. I never see this little boy
I
talk.
don't think I've seen him
And that's
really, so
not
I
a
wouldn't
bad
know.
thing, but she like goes out of her way to hide that instead of like using that as a tool to say, listen, my son is nonverbal or my son may be on the spectrum. Instead of using that as a tool to help people, she hides and she still acts like an asshole. Like she behaves so badly. And the first time I really remember them having a very public altercation was one New York Fashion Week. I was in New York and I had actually retired for the night. I was like in my pajamas. And then I started coming through on my phone that there was this big fight at the Vanity Fair fashion show. Nicki and Cardi, and I think
Mhm.
Ra Ali was involved. The shoe got thrown. Cardi got hit in the head. I was like, yo, I'm ready to put my clothes back on and go out just to go find this rooftop or party or whatever and really get the tea. And literally the fans were going back and forth, the threats that were going back and forth between their fan base, and this was at least 8 years ago. It had to be maybe more
Yeah,
than that.
it was
The
wild. It
fans
was.
were like ready to book flights to come and fight each other over these two women, and I'm like, okay, I
That they
understand that,
don't know.
right?
And you got to
But
pay
I
to
was
see.
like, there's, you know, and it still has not been resolved. And at that time, they had, I think it was around the same time. If it wasn't that year, it was the following year. They were on a track together called Motorsport. And that was like a really good record. And it had Offset on it. It had the Migos, Nicki, and Cardi. It was an amazing song with the two of them on it. And I was like, oh, maybe they'll find some common ground eventually. I mean, even freaking Rihanna forgave Chris Brown. I'm like, damn, like y'all can't come together and figure this thing out. But Nicki just time and time again, she just takes the low road. And I'm like, why do you behave like this? It's just really bad behavior for a grown adult woman.
Wrong
And
woman. She's what, 40 now?
and
Come
then
on.
calling this woman's children monkeys and saying all this
Yeah.
terrible stuff, like that's not cool. And she did come out apparently with an apology, but I'm like, you don't do
No,
that.
did you
One
see that
thing,
apology though?
I
That
didn't
was
even
not an
look at it because it
apology. I
sounded
was like,
like
is
it was
there an
gonna be
apology
BS.
on the set? Come on. No, it was not an apology.
But I'm just like, Nicki, I do think she makes good music. Like one of my favorite songs is Kill the DJ. That's one of her Nicki songs. And like I'll play it, but I don't go looking for like Nicki songs just because I'm just like, I don't like her attitude. And she just is not a girl's girl. I don't care for that. And I think in the female rap community, there's really a lack of there used to be a lack of solidarity. Like you had like all these OGs, and I don't really see like Little Kim or Queen Latifah like really helping these girls along, or Lauryn Hill. And maybe they're doing it behind the scenes, but publicly, I don't see that solidarity. But I do see these new girls, Glorilla, Megan. I see them coming together, and they're like a little bit even after Nicki and Cardi. I'm just like, come on, y'all. It makes me really sad that these two girls who have so many
Two women,
similarities,
two
yeah,
women,
women,
two
these two
grown.
women, that grown women that have so many similarities that they could draw from, instead continue to butt heads. I think it's sad. I just don't like it.
And again, I'm just gonna go back to it's Nicki.
Yeah.
Cardi seems to get
It's not
along
even
with
who
everybody else, but
yeah,
Nicki
it's
has
just
a problem with everybody. She stopped short. Like she was about to start some beef with Jay-Z. And then she kind of threw Beyonce in there and then grabbed it back and then kind of left that alone.
because I bet
Girl,
that beehive snatched her ball headed.
but I don't know. There's nobody. I don't think she has anybody on her team, anybody in her family, anybody in her camp to get her the help that she needs. Because I'm saying you clearly see if it is drugs, you can see it, or if it's
Cardi definitely
alcohol, you
alluded to
can see
that.
it that
Cardi
it's drugs.
alluded to
And then
that. Yeah.
also alluding to people who are in her camp that are just taking advantage of her to keep her in the state that she's in. I I I
Somebody needs to take her
I don't
phone.
have the level of dislike for her.
Somebody needs to take that girl's phone. And then people, in
They're
this
not.
unpopular opinion, just like when Britney Spears was acting insane and continues to when her father was like, no, we need to rein this in. Sometimes people need to rein you in a little bit. I'm not saying lock you up and take all your privileges away, but sometimes you need to be checked by the right person because you're
But
doing
that's
too
when you don't
much.
have anybody. That's when you clearly know that you don't have anybody rooting for you. Because
Yeah.
if nobody can come and say, we need to do X, Y, and Z to help you. I mean, because her husband, I mean, I don't see him often. And I don't follow her like I used to. Like I said, I don't listen to her music anymore. Her older stuff, that's kind of what I did like. The newer stuff, not so much. But he doesn't seem to be a partner to her, because if you was a partner to this woman, she would not be out in these streets acting like this. Somebody would be getting some help. Somebody would not be using all that booger sugar that she's, they saying that she's using. She would have some help. She has no help, and for that, I'm gonna like step by. I'm not gonna be like, oh, she's just an asshole. She is an asshole, but she obviously needs help. Anybody who has went through what she said, that what Cardi said that she went through, especially having your own mother not step for you.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on with Onika.
Yeah, she got to get it under control. She got
Yeah.
to get it under control and to have some for herself. I'm not even saying, make friends with anybody. She needs to find some peace for herself because
And
as
it's a
soon as
bad example.
her,
Her new
I
record, yes.
forget the example for anybody else. It got to be about you. You got to find some level that in life that makes you happy. And it's like I said, as soon as Cardi dropped that album and it just shot to #1, you could see this demon just come out of her. And it
Yeah.
was jealous, and it's envy, it's jealousy, it's all of those things. But she needs to find some peace for herself. If she needs to step back, and I know people are watching, people are paying attention, and young girls are looking at this. This is why I hate like the housewife shows, like especially young people watching the housewife shows because they all seem to identify with the person who's the villain.
And
That's not good.
that's not how friendship should be spotlighted. That's why I don't
Absolutely.
watch The Housewives, to be honest with you. Like, I'm not a
Not
big
anymore.
avid follower of it. I mean, if it's on, I'm not saying I'm not going to watch it, but I don't follow the franchises because to me, if you threw a drink on me or I did something to you, I'm not going to be friends with you the next day. That's not how I operate. Like literally, I was talking to somebody the other day and they were like, "Oh, you do so well. Like, you can never tell, if you don't like someone." I'm like, "No, you can tell when I don't like someone cuz I don't fuck with people I don't like ever." I don't. Like, I do not. I might say hello to you because we're in a public setting, but I'm not trying to invite you out with me. I'm
Not
not trying to
kicking in your
keep, yeah,
face.
if I don't like you, it's very easy to tell. And there aren't that many people that I don't like. I'll be honest. Like, there's not that many people. I'm like, oh my God, I
Yeah.
hate that person. But if I don't rock with somebody, it's clearly obvious because I'm not even pretending I rock with you.
Mhm.
Yeah, but that's the housewives kind of turn that dynamic where it's just like you don't know who's a friend and who's not a friend to these women. And it may all be scripted and it may all be, for the cameras, but it's setting a bad example because it makes it look like friendships are that paper thin. And friendships should
Yeah,
not
or
be like that.
contingent on drama. Like
Yeah,
you're not having a friendship if you guys don't argue and then make up. Just like, even the same thing like with like, soap operas back in the day when you saw marriages or relationships, they were always with some drama and people, tried to emulate that, in
right.
their real life if they didn't see it somewhere else. Like, if I don't have any drama, if he's not fighting with me and then doing something to prove that he loves me, it messes with people's heads. So I
But
don't.
it's like Shahida,
You need
you
something.
need therapy.
Hope that she gets it. I don't see it happening anytime soon. But can you? I just can't imagine having all that she has, accomplish all that she has, and it still not be enough to make her happy.
Yeah, I think she's just a miserable woman at the end of the day, Nikki. So, you know who else is probably miserable?
Oh God, who?
Diddy, because he
Bush.
just got sentenced to 4+ years in federal prison.
So I did see something about like time served for
So,
him. So
according
some
to
time served, and so how many actual years is it going to be?
according to my husband, and he is not a lawyer, he said the feds don't do time served. So I don't know if time served is even a thing for him. Someone
I
else
did read that. Okay.
Okay, someone else said that he'll probably be out in 2 years. His team, the defense was asking for
Mhm.
14 months. The prosecution was asking for 12 years. So for him to get 4 years is probably good because that's like a third of what the prosecution was asking for. And he did some terrible shit. Like he did awful things. And if he does 4 more, I ain't
Tracy,
even mad at it.
he literally scheduled a what? Some kind of an event in Miami for like next. He thought he was getting out. I don't know. I mean, the defense said they
So
were
look at it
asking for
like
40
this.
months. He thought he was getting out.
Because it probably was based on how much money he had to buy people off, and he probably has very little of that original money left. Because keep in mind, this is just this lawsuit. or this is just this case. He also has multiple civil cases being lobbed against him. Whatever little money he might have right now from royalties, because and then he gave away, I don't know if you remember, he gave back the royalties to a bunch of artists a couple years ago.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
he
Mhm.
he can't even rely on that money anymore, even though he was probably overcharging them. But he still has a financial set of legal battles to go through too.
Mhm.
He probably doesn't have the money to pay it off, to pay it down to 14 months like he thought he was going to
Mhm.
get. But I mean, he did what he did, and I mean, see you later, sir. Do your 4 years. I hope they give him the 4 years. I'm just being real. He did some
I don't
terrible
think he's
things.
gonna get the 4 years, which is it's neither here nor there. But the thing is that he did not learn from anything because up until they arrested him, what was he on his way to do? Another
Freak
fucking
off.
freak off.
Bill Cosby's still in jail, girl. I don't know. He might he might
Bill
get the,
Cosby's not in jail.
he's is he out? He got released?
He's been out for like 3-4 years now.
Oh, I thought he was
He
still in
got out
jail.
on a technicality. He got out on a
Really?
technicality.
Oh, I thought he
He's
was
been out
still
a
locked
while.
up. Okay.
I
Then
think he ended up doing like 2 years maybe.
he was in for
But
a
yeah,
little bit.
he got
4 years
it
is
was
a long
about 4 years.
time. 4 years is a long time. Maybe Donald Trump will pardon him.
Maybe. I mean the way it's going, what was his spiritual advisor? His ex spiritual advisor just got arrested for soliciting sex from a 12-year-old
Did he,
and
or
having child.
who did he? Isn't that the guy that made him go to the park with a bird or something like that for some
Who are you
ritual?
talking about?
Did he?
A bird?
Yeah, like
No,
I
I'm
thought the
girl.
guy, the spiritual
Girl, I
advisor guy.
said Donald Trump, spiritual advisor,
What the heck?
just got arrested
I thought you
for
were talking
soliciting,
about Diddy.
because you said he was gonna pardon him, and I'm like, maybe, and then I mentioned that.
Yeah, he's
But
probably on the Epstein list too.
yeah, maybe. But yeah, I don't feel bad. I feel bad for the kids having to live with what their father has done, the ones who are probably innocent of it, his girls, because at the end of the day, I don't care what nobody say. You could be out there living your life, but your friends are talking about your dad,
Yeah.
and that's embarrassing.
Well, also financially, who's providing for all these kids? He has what, seven? And the older ones, of course, like the boys, they're a little older, they're adults. But like, where's their income coming from?
I know. I mean, because I'm pretty sure his Beverly Hill mansion has a serious price tag still on it. So that mortgage is not coming down.
Some weirdo's gonna buy that house though.
I mean, I don't know how much money Diddy was worth. I know he was like up there.
He
So,
definitely had. I mean, he
and
should
he
have been worth a
probably
lot.
he was, and he definitely was, but you know how people, the more money you have, the more you spend. So when the money stops rolling in, and you start really going into your reserves, how much do you have? I don't know.
Well,
I
so
hope
he
it's enough.
had that. He had the label money. So like songs getting played. He was getting played when artists were. He was getting paid when artists' music was getting played, and he probably owned the rights to a lot of stuff that he was just getting checks just from helping. Like,
Yeah.
and here's the thing:
And his name on anything.
if you write one chord on a song, you're a
Hmm.
songwriter on certain,
Hmm.
on certain tracks. So how, depending on how his royalties are set up, he can probably have a steady stream of income now, depending on how much money he has to pay out, because he's paying his lawyers big money, and this has been going on for years
Hmm.
now.
And
Then
you know
there's
they rich.
child support for a child that's
Hmm.
like not even 5 yet. You know what I mean? He has
But if
a
that goes by the court, by how much money you are bringing in, then that's reduced as well. So
yeah, true.
those women are probably not getting as much as they were if he was out
Yeah.
working. But I
Yeah.
know the twins, they have a clothing line. Quincy works. He's an actor, and then he's a singer. So, he has money coming in. He has stepped in a lot, especially as far as a
Yeah.
caretaker for those girls, which is,
Yeah.
he always has been that guy. In my opinion, of the brothers, you always saw him really kind of, stepping in and being that caretaker for them, especially after their mom died. So who knows?
And then there's
Who knows?
Christian and the
And
other
Christian's
one.
grown. He's over. He's like at
Yeah.
what, 25, 26.
Yeah,
So
they're
there's no.
older. So together they can help with their sisters. And his mom, Diddy's mom is still alive. Janice Combs is still alive. She apparently was leaving the courthouse after the sentencing the other day. So, I mean, there's family there.
She wrote a letter, and her letter was, I get where she was going. I probably, like, what do you write to the court? But she was basically how she's like, I think she said 75. She's in bad health. She had a stroke. She has diabetes. She wants to spend what little time or what time she has left. She doesn't know what that is, with her son, and how she went back and said stuff like how he was such a good student, and, he did well in school. And that doesn't correlate to.
That's what you're supposed
I
to say
know,
as somebody's mama. That's what you're supposed to say as the mother. You're supposed to your child can do no wrong. But ma'am, your son was beating, raping, antagonizing, threatening,
and him being
doing
an A student,
doing the
don't.
freaking most. He was an A student. Okay, I'm sure a lot of psychopaths were A students. Like that doesn't have anything to do with whether or not he should be still I think she was probably trying to get him out, you know what I mean, sooner, get like less time or
She
whatever.
was, she was.
Yeah. I mean, go see your son. Go pull up to that jailhouse, ma'am. That's the only thing I can say. You get that one hug at the beginning, one hug at the end of the
There was
visit.
another person that wrote a letter too that they read, before they gave the sentencing, and I don't know what capacity he worked for Diddy, but he just nailed him. He was like, in no way, shape, or form or fashion, this man should be out. And everything he said was true, because we seen all of it, and he didn't learn any damn
No
lessons.
remorse is what is being said. There's no remorse. Like he's only saying sorry because he got caught. Otherwise,
Because he got caught.
and the only reason I think he slowed down in later years with these other women who were like, "Oh, it wasn't that bad," is because he's older and he's tired now. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't have the energy to whoop it that amount of ass he was whooping before when he was in his 20s and 30s.
Carisha, she had a statement as well, and she was saying how good he was, and how, like, she's had spent some of the best time of her life, and the picture that people are painting of him is not one that she has ever known.
But that's how
So,
abusers are. If anybody has any like real life experience with people who really know how to abuse and manipulate, you won't be able to tell what kind of person they are if they don't want you to see it. So, and I've spoken on this podcast before about like my experience with family members. I had a family member close to me, an older family member, who was married to an extremely brutally abusive man who like literally like beat her with a tricycle, with her child's tricycle.
no, ma'am, you did not talk about that on the podcast.
I didn't talk about the
What?
tricycle part, but I talked about the family member and would abuse her in front of her child at times and do abusive things in front of her child to her. And my experience with that individual was like, if I didn't know all the stuff that was being talked about at home, you would be like, this man's handsome. He dresses well. One time he took me on a picnic and with my younger family member, and it was so sweet and it was so nice and he was a nice man, but I knew what he was doing behind the scenes to my family member that was atrocious and horrific. But he had his public persona and he had his persona he wanted certain people to see, and then he had his demon that he would unleash when he was at home when no one was looking.
Yeah, that's scary.
Yeah,
That's
it is.
scary.
It is
They're
scary.
not still together, are they?
No,
They're
no,
not still
because he
together.
left. Because he left.
Wow. I don't care, just as long as he's gone.
Because he left.
I
Yep.
hope she finds something in
She
peace
did. She
and
actually
wasn't crying for
found,
him to come
she
back.
later found someone who is like an amazing partner, the most like chill person, a wonderful individual who's a really great person for her. But yeah, and and not you couldn't say anything to her. That's the other piece about it. Is like people tried to
Yeah.
talk to her about it, and she could not see beyond her love for this man. And I think that's what Cassie was. She was in that gridlock for so many years, thinking that this is what love looks like. I guess the highs were high and the lows were low, and she didn't know how to get out of it.
Yeah. Yeah, because I can imagine that when it was good, and she said when it was good, it was very good, considering the amount of money that he had as well to make it like a total fantasy for her. So and she was
Yeah.
so young, so young. And most of the women were very young. You
Yeah.
didn't hear about anybody his age or older being in that same kind of realm. They know who
I don't
to
think he would have been able to get away with it for as long as he did
with somebody
with a
older.
woman his age, with his true counterpart. And R. Kelly did the same thing. Most of those women were much younger.
I don't know about that because there are some very, very weak older women. They started out weak and they just stayed weak. I just think the attraction is more to younger women because
Possibly.
aesthetically, you look at a younger woman compared to an older woman, and the older woman could be beautiful for her age, but she is not 20.
So
There's just a
Earthquake,
difference in what. Hmm?
the comedian Earthquake has a new comedy special. I forgot the name of it, but he's talking about this.
Hmm.
Marrying, like trying to hook up with all these young women. He was like, men need to stop this. He was like, you should not be having as many doctor's appointments as your child. Okay, y'all got the same amount of doctor's appointments. You don't need to be messing with them young women. He was
This
like,
is
y'all
true.
should not
This
both
is
be in diapers. You and your child should not be in diapers at the same time. He
that's
had me
true. But
rolling.
no,
It looks like a good
it's
show.
attractiveness of youth. It's and it's something that men are more attracted to than women because women typically are not attracted to young men. Typically, it's not a
Women,
norm for us to be.
we're
I
not
mean, there
trying
are
to
women who are.
I think older women are not trying to lock down a young man. Now they might find him attractive and maybe take him for a test drive, but we ain't trying to bring him home and put him
Mhm,
in the house and all. These men get
mhm,
cuckoo and then they start, you know, opening up their wallet and going crazy and trying to make a hoe into a housewife and all this other stuff that, they get
mhm,
wrapped up into. I think women are more practical in that regard. Like they,
mhm.
like I
Yeah,
said, I don't think it's that the
and
attraction
men.
is less, but what do we have in common is the other thing. It's like, what am I supposed to talk to your young ass about?
That's what I was gonna say. It's you rarely do, and I think men don't care. They just want to sit there and look at you, and
They
that's
want
it.
arm candy. A lot of
Touch
men
you. Yeah.
want arm candy. They want an accessory, an extension of themselves to look at this prize that I got.
Mhm,
And
mhm.
like, sir, no, we know what that's about. It has nothing to do with your looks or your
And you know what's
personality. You know what it's about. It's about a payday. It's a payday or an opportunity for this young woman. So I'm not knocking young women who go for younger men, because if you can come up, sis, mazel tov to you. But I don't know.
mhm.
I don't think that women are as interested in having sugar babies as men.
No, no, no. Like you said, much more practical. And like you said, and then if we feel like we need something like that, we'll take that little bit and then go on about our business. Men don't know how to do that, which is why men don't know how they don't know how to do a lot of things. But I was told, do you ever watch Looking for a Sister Wife?
I
Do
watched
you watch that show?
somehow I watched a little bit of it and it was a black couple and I was like, I can't watch this. But I watched a little bit of it with a black
So
couple.
the new one has a black couple from Providence. And I saw the picture. I must be on a delay, but I saw the picture and I'm like, oh,
That's
I
not the
gotta
one I
find out.
watched, but I
What
now
is
I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued.
this is a new season. This is a new season. And they started and it's a young black couple. And I was just like, okay, so they're looking for a sister wife here in Providence. But remember not too long ago, I think it was about a year ago, there was a big article in the Providence Journal about the polygamy relationships and how it's growing in Rhode Island
Well, we
because
did
a
a
lot of
whole
people are
episode.
like,
Remember the
yes, that's what I was
Valentine's
gonna
episode we
say.
did? Yeah. I mean,
So we need to get in contact with these people, have a little
so
conversation
here's the
about.
thing, right? If you helping me clean and stuff and do the grocery shopping, okay, maybe we can talk about. No, I don't want that in my life. But
That's
I
them.
okay, all right, yeah. Why not? Let's get him on the show if we can find him. So on
I
this
had to watch it and
reality
find out what their names and stuff are.
on this reality show theme, speaking of other shows I don't watch, The Bachelor, The Golden Bachelor in particular, I think I forwarded you the article earlier. So the new Golden Bachelor,
Hmm.
which is these are the older people, his father played in the Negro Leagues. So he is outwardly appearing to be
Hmm.
a white man. I think his name is Mel Brown or Mel
Yeah, that's what
something.
I was like. Huh?
Father played in the Negro Leagues, and if you
It's all
see the
gone.
father, he's a very light skinned man. So I imagine this man's mother is white or white Latina or something, but or maybe also a very fair skinned woman. It's possible, but he outwardly appears to be a white man, but he is actually by the one drop rule and then some. The new Golden Bachelor is a black man.
So, but how does he identify himself?
I don't know, and I don't watch The Bachelor. I think it's trash. I think it's
Yeah,
stupid
I'm
for
gonna.
all. I don't love The
I
Bachelor.
want to see. Yeah, I don't watch any of the. I've never watched any of those shows. Before we go, I do want to ask this question: have you watched Monster on Netflix, the Ed Gein show? The Ed Gein.
Oh my God. I've not watched it, but I just watched the little part that Netflix shows you when it's like previewing and he's in the dress. He's dressed as a woman cleaning the house. Did you see
Hmm.
that part? And he's
Hmm.
wearing the
Yeah,
face
I'm
of
on
someone.
episode 4. Yeah, I'm on episode. Psycho was based off of his story.
So
Psycho,
did
Leatherface, and there was 2 other.
Sydney bring that guy up to us? Is that the guy who's in the unmarked grave because they won't tell anyone where he's buried because they're afraid people will dig him up? You remember
I
Sydney had
remember.
mentioned? I think that might
I'm
be the
gonna
same
ask him that.
guy.
Okay, so he's not like people get it mixed up. They thought that he was like a serial killer. He's not. He killed 2 people. He killed 2 people, but what he did was just dig people up and use their skin to try and remake his mother, like in Psycho. So it's interesting.
When I saw him with
I
that
watched.
skin face
Usually, I
on,
can binge.
you what?
Usually, and when you hear his voice, I didn't like. I'm not like a scary person. I don't get scared from like but psychological thrillers do can kind of get me. But I had to turn it off after episode 4 and put on some comedy because I was just like, "Ooh, this is
I
a
can't
lot."
do it. Right now I'm watching 90 day franchise stuff. That's like my go-to right now. I'm like seriously like I was getting
Hmm.
really like insane with the binging of the 90 day franchises. 90 Day the Other Way and Happily Ever After. That's been like my jam because this month I think it's October 3rd. Married at First Sight is coming back. I'm hoping that you guys are going to get back on that. Oh,
But it's not gonna be on Lifetime.
no, it's going to be on
It's
Peacock.
gonna be on Peacock.
I have that
Hmm.
channel.
Hmm.
Yeah.
We will see about that because I'm tired of this. It was horrible the last couple of
Oh my God.
seasons, but I'm gonna watch
It's
it.
been a train
But
wreck. So I'm
also, I
hoping
heard that Love
they
Is
fix it.
Blind.
You said Love is
I'm
Blind.
sorry, there is a like slight delay. There's
Oh,
a
okay.
slight delay. I don't know why, but no, Love Is Blind. They are in Portland, I think. Portland. And I've heard some craziness about that. And I've watched like the Love is Blind France and all those others, but it sounds like they really showed their racist behinds in this Portland one.
Please
And
watch
it
that.
just started.
Please watch that earthquake stand up because he mentioned Portland. He was like, I never seen so many downtrodden white people in my life. He said one of them begged him for money. He said,
To it.
no, sir, I'm not giving you nothing. You are white. You better go out there and use your white. Oh my gosh, I
We
can't.
might have. I'll watch it.
Netflix. Yeah.
You know whose comedy I really want to see, and I'm so upset that we missed him when he came to Providence? Josh.
Johnson. Josh Johnson.
Is it Josh Johnson?
He
He's
has like the braids.
so
And
funny.
I love Josh Johnson. And
Yes.
he also
I
comes to the
love him
Wilbur
too.
too. He comes to the Wilbur also. Well, Lil Rhodey Laugh Festival didn't give us the time of day this year. Maybe they'll give it to us if they come back.
Yeah, but we were away or something. Something we missed him.
It was my birthday week. I think it was
not
my
gonna miss-
birthday week. I think
It
it was
was
my
your
birthday week.
birthday weekend.
Yeah.
And it was that Saturday because it was him, Leslie Jones,
Yep.
and they were both performing that day. So
But he
you
comes
fucked it up for us.
back and
Thank you,
forth.
Tracy.
Next time we'll schedule some. Michael Che is coming this month too. A lot of good comments.
Did I see him? I think I saw him at Comedy Connection?
Connection, probably.
Okay, yeah, I think I saw him at Comedy Connection. It was, a couple of years ago. I wouldn't mind seeing him again either, but I definitely have to see Josh Johnson.
Yeah, so
Love
next
him.
time we
He's
gotta lock
just
it
too
in.
much.
We gotta lock it in. And I would see
Okay.
Trevor Noah too if he comes. I would see Trevor Noah. He's always good.
Yeah, I would probably see him too. So, next week, no, not next weekend. The 25th is when Shonda comes to town. I thought it was
Yes.
next weekend, but it's the 25th.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we got a little bit of time.
So my baby has the tournament that weekend. So I'm going to be like, just like I was this weekend. I mean, I went to a football game on Friday, all day basketball yesterday, and then most of the morning today. I'm like, I'm sportsed out.
Yeah, that's how it is. That's good. Go team.
So anyway, until next week.
Until next
have
week.
a great week.
Yes. And we got more great shows coming for you. You know where to find us. We are on social media. We are on Instagram. We are on Facebook. You can listen to our podcasts and watch them on YouTube. You can watch them on Apple Podcasts. Did I say Spotify already? Menopause kicking in. But Shahida, tell our kind listeners where they will not find us in the near future.
You will not find us on the MAGA infused TikTok. And I'm just telling you now, it was just bought out by one of Trump's friends. And all they bought it for is for the propaganda. Please get rid of TikTok. Please get rid of it.
Stop going on X. I'm not on X either anymore. He's still bugging. Oh,
stop
crazy
going
ass.
on there.
Yeah. Stop going on those platforms.
Stop supporting these people. So until next time, have a great week. Peace out.
Yes.
Find some peace because it's crazy.
That's right.
And we'll see you next time.
Go Pat.